I hope that this is going to be helpful, and I hope that there's at least one thing that you can action from this video. Number one, I'm going to be speaking about how to get this girlfriend, regardless of your experience. How aware are you of your triggers? How aware are you of your behaviors, your childhood? You've had these experiences with women, and if you turn your focus inwards rather than focusing on the women out there or the women that you've dated, what you're going to be able to see for yourself is a pattern, very likely a pattern. And it could be that that particular pattern or numerous different patterns are the thing that is preventing you from getting in this relationship. I'll give you an example. You are one of these guys who fears commitment. And by the way, there's not anything wrong or right, it just is. The good thing is, in being aware of the place that you're coming from, that you do fear this commitment, that's something that you can work on. Something that you can work on with someone like myself or a therapist or a mentor, getting professional help to go inwards. You may notice that in all of these videos, this video included is all about you doing the inner work. This is not about changing her or changing that person. This is not about this. We don't do that around here. This is about you going inwards and you really looking at how you've created your past experiences. Summary, that's the first point. You need to be aware of yourself. You need to be aware of your triggers, your childhood, aware of the place that you're coming from. As I said, are you coming from this fear of commitment? Are you coming from fear in general? Are you coming from abandonment? Are you coming from this fear of rejection? It can show up in so many different forms, and the more that you understand it and become aware of it and you work on it and you release it, guess what? You're able to cultivate the capacity to be able to build something with a woman. As I said, this is exactly what I teach and help men with, and this is why two of these guys on the same day have been able to share with me that they're now in the relationship that they want to be in. Healthy, happy, fun, supportive, loving relationships, not just any relationship, because we're not talking about just getting into a relationship just for the sake of it. We're talking about the relationship that you truly want to be in. The next thing that I want you to really be open to, you need to focus on you. Something that may be holding you back is you're really focused on what women are doing. She's behaving in this kind of way. There are no good women out there, which I'll go more into later on. Not aware of what already lives within you. When you're in a relationship, you can think that you've done all the work. You could think that you've gone really deep with your coach, with your therapist, with your mentor. But the thing is that when you're in a relationship, everything will come to the surface. Everything that you didn't even realize existed within you. So it's actually really helpful. Now, if you have this open mindset, then this is a really amazing opportunity, not only for you to have the relationship that you want, but as I said, for you to grow your level of consciousness, for you to show up in a really powerful way in the world. Let's say, for example, you were never really aware that you had this fear of commitment, but now you're in this particular relationship, it's brought to the surface everything that you've been kind of suppressing and stuffing down in previous relationships, or even when you're single. Next thing that I want to speak to you guys about is, are you aware of what kind of relationship you want? For many of us, and this may be the case for you, of course I don't know your experience, I don't have any context, we have not seen and learned the model of the kind of relationship that we want. And it might be the relationship that you've seen from your parents. It might be what you've seen in your friends. It might be just something that, regardless of what you've seen externally, it's something that you've felt and seen perhaps in a meditation or when you're away. Connect to that and really honor that. And also, importantly, rather than focusing on the shallow, superficial things, because by the way, we don't do that around here either, I really want you to focus on how you want to feel in this relationship with her. Do you want to feel loved? Do you want to feel respected? Do you want to feel honored? Do you want to feel free? I don't want to feel my relationship. And also, what are my wants and needs within this relationship as well? Remove any limiting thinking that you have about women and relationships. Something that I hear a lot, particularly on TikTok, I often see, but Jess, there is no good women. There's no women that I want to date. What you don't realize is that when you're coming from that place, that's something that's really holding you back. Because what you want to slow down and consider is that when you're in the thinking, when you have that noise of there are no good women. First of all, there are billions of women on this planet. Are you saying that all billions of women are not good and don't match up to what you want? That thinking, in that noise, you want to consider, how is that making me feel? It's a mindset that is based on scarcity and fear. And any time that we're coming from that place, we're not going to be creating the things that we really want. We're not going to be creating from a place of abundance and groundedness. It's not aligned with what you say that you want. Guys, if you want to go further in this work, go back to the last video that I created. What I spoke about in that last video is how to finally let go of that woman that hurt you. This is going to be a huge part of you cultivating the relationship that you want to have with a woman. Let's say that you don't. Let's say you watch this and you're dating this woman and you know deep down that you have some anger and resentment to all women. If you have this anger and resentment towards women because of the relationship with your mum, guess where it's going to show up? With that lovely woman that you're dating. A lot of chaos, a lot of pain. It's about healing. It's about cultivating a peacefulness and respect and understanding towards all women. That starts with going to the root, and the root is your relationship with your mum, or as I shared in this last video, whoever created that pain for you. Final thing that I want to speak about, go and meet women. Now, I know that this is a really obvious one, but I think it's really important to remind you of too. You're doing all of these things and you're keeping yourself in your house and you're just in your cave and you're not meeting women, and you're living in this cave within yourself and you're not out there and speaking to women and connecting with women. Of course, all of this amazing work within yourself is going to be pointless. Try these things out, see what happens. It's really helped the guys that I've previously worked with and the guys that I'm currently working with. Please follow along if you have found this helpful, because there is going to be more content like this. Share with me in the comments at least one insight that you've got from watching this video. And additionally, point number 2 is I would love to hear in the comments an action that you're going to take. It might mean asking that woman out. It has to be actionable. I'll see you in the next video.